She get rocky, but the show must go on. She get rocky, bullets hit like Stallone. Body dropping, trying to pay out Capone.
Appreciate y'all for tuning in to the Hot Shots podcast. This episode 1, season 2. We done made it through a season. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe.
Facts. Today we wanted to talk about something that him and I was kind of piggybacking off of the conversation that we were having during the last episode of season 1, episode 10. Make sure y'all check out episode 10. I know I say this every time, but I definitely appreciate all the love y'all give us, all the subscriptions and all that. It means a lot. So we had talked about this statistic, and he was telling me that black men are disproportionately arrested compared to other races. And in my mind I was like, man, I don't know, that sounds kind of crazy. I don't think I could believe that. He sent me, so he had to go home and send me the damn proof and all that shit. You're like, bro, look, you won that bet that last time. I won this one this time, dog.
No, for sure.
Unfortunately, based on what I saw, he's right. We are incarcerated more than other races. And I'm gonna say more than our white counterparts. Because we only make up 13% of the population, almost 14%. And
that's crazy.
I think we're like, and for some reason I can't find the exact number.
I couldn't either, but it varies.
Weird.
But it's always
varies, but we're over. It's like I see 3% more. I've seen 5% more. But it shouldn't even be that close. Like honestly, like we should be like the UK, bro. Like the UK is like 8% black or African descent being arrested or incarcerated versus white, because it's predominantly white country.
Yeah.
So, now Jamel and I think very differently. So obviously I took a different thing from it than what he took from it. And what I took from it was, I was kind of looking at it like us as black people need to stop putting ourselves in situations where we're completely at the mercy of the system. Because if the system is fucked up and corrupt and all the bad things, why is it that we keep putting ourselves in front of the system and then get like super surprised when the system does what it's known to do?
For sure.
You know what I mean? That's all I got for right
now. But wouldn't you call that the system? Like when you say why put yourself in the system, like I feel like the system was put in front of us for that reason. Like I don't think it was done on accident. You get what I'm saying? Like I don't think that we locked up in higher numbers than whites or other races on accident. I think it's more of design. You know what I'm saying? More about design. Like even if you look at the environments that we live in, like even if you look at the poorest of poor of the white places, it's still not that much crime going on, like far as white on white murders or whatever the situation is. It might be drug issues and all that. Like, well, in the black community, you got the low income, the middle class, the low income. It's still going down everywhere. It's so it's kind of like, what's going on? Is it something with us? Is it systematic? Like what's really going on?
And
that's you know what I'm saying. And it's not to say, it's not an excuse to say like, oh, because you in this messed up situation, you should go do crimes. But it's to say, like, you got to pay attention to what's right in your face. You feel what I'm saying? Like, it's a reason that it's designed like that. And what is the reason? I don't know. Is it monetization? Is it, like, prison is big money.
Yeah.
A lot of these prisons is privately owned. So a lot of people go and get these prisons and they're making money.
Shit, did you hear about that judge? Actually, it's crazy you say that. There was a judge that recently got I think he got off the bar, and I actually think he might be getting prosecuted. Look it up and quote me on that.
What state?
I don't remember what state.
Okay, I'll look it up.
He was incarcerating like kids. He was putting kids in like juvenile detention.
Yeah.
Because he was getting kickbacks from the juvenile detention being filled up. Because if it was some system where if it's empty, they lose funding. But if it's full, they get more funding. And the judge was actually like getting money. And it was a story that broke out where this
That's
woman,
crazy.
her son, it was some stupid crime. Like, it was like something real stupid, bro. Like, he
Yeah.
either stole something or he got in a fight. It was something real stupid. And he got, like, put away for some time, and it really messed him up, and he ended up taking his own life. You know what I'm
Damn.
saying? And the mom was just like, she's in disbelief that her son got put away. And he's never done it. Like, he has no history of nothing.
Yeah, record or nothing.
You know what I'm
He
saying?
just,
And they just,
That's
you know,
sad.
situations. So,
That's it.
I mean, I definitely believe that, you know, this. So when people talk about the system, I think all the system is an accumulation of people, right? Ain't a system that, like, it's not a computer with a brain or algorithm that says, all right, I'm gonna keep you down and I'm gonna keep you down. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's an accumulation of people who think in a certain way, and it could be like, you could have a company, bro, and the company works great everywhere else except for this one department, because the one person running this department is just terrible.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? And the people start looking at your company because of that one person. That, you see what I'm saying?
It's spread like a cancer.
Yeah, it's spread like a cancer. So, you know, the problem with the government and law and all that is that it's too entrenched in society, bro. Like, it's too, like, it is what it is.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that fighting for change ain't a good thing, because of course that's a good thing. My concern is that, like, while, yeah, there is a problem systematically, shouldn't we find a way to, like, break away from that shit, break away from the system, so to speak?
Yeah, we should. And that's what the point of, that's what I was saying. Like, that's what I was saying, but we need leaders and we need people to do that. Every time we had situations like this, and it sucks that you got to always go back to, like, segregation of those times, because that's was one of the most times with Black Panther Party we had people that really went against the system, and we flourished. You know what I'm saying? Or even like if you look at something like Black Wall Street, how they had all them different Black Wall Streets where the businesses were flourishing. We had doctors, black lawyers, and it was flourishing. So it was like you kind of have to start it, and we don't have no more of that. So it's kind of why our race is running wild. You know what I'm saying? And it's like it make you be like, damn, like, we need to get back to that. Like, so it is. It's not. It's an excuse. It's not an excuse in a sense, because everybody not doing it. You got some people that's like, man, don't use that as an excuse. Let's just go out here and live right, and we won't get in trouble. And if it was that easy, then we would do it. But
This is where we disagree.
Yeah.
Because even though you say nothing's ever going to be 100%, ever.
Yeah.
No matter how good something is or how bad it is, there's always something. There's always good in an evil person, and there's always evil in a good person, right?
Yeah.
That's just what it is. That's life, bro. Yin and yang, right?
For sure.
So to say that if it was that easy, we would do it, I think that's false, because I feel like it's not hard.
It is hard, bro.
Well, when I say hard, I mean, like, it's, you know, in your mind what's wrong and what's right. Like, if you can't expect me to sympathize with somebody who goes out here and kills, you know, a young person because they're beefing, and destroys a family, or destroys both their families. I can't sympathize with
We're not
that.
expecting. I'm not telling you to sympathize
But that's the
with
thing.
that.
But that's also a part of the issue, because those same people will go and expect for mercy from the system.
Listen, why it happens though. See, you looking at it.
And that's the only side I can look at it from, because that's the only side that matters today.
No, it's not, because you have to look at what I'm speaking on. Why I say that's why we have to be the ones that has people that has the strength. If you're able to reach back and say something, because everybody don't have somebody to look back to. So you could say, like, man, you got to know. He might not know because he don't have a father. His father might have been in prison since he was 2 years old.
Yeah.
He don't have nobody to correct him. All he has is environmental. All he has is what's going on around him. So he might know right from wrong, but if everything around him is wrong, how do he know right from wrong? When he sees somebody that's stealing, when he meet this person, when his mom, boyfriend, whoever this come around, whoever she decides to put his son around, he might be a killer. The dude that live in the same building, might be a killer. So he don't have the chance to see nothing, to see a hard-working person. All he see is what he see. If he might not get no new shoes unless he goes steal them. So you telling him, like, man, I got these little shoes on, but by him stealing, he going to steal out of come on top of it. Okay. So if you somebody that you have a good foundation, you got your mother, you got your father, you live in a decent way, you got all your basic needs are met, are met, then you shouldn't go out there and commit crime. But if you're below that, if you're below poverty, if you don't have a father, your daddy dead, because think about it, when we say these people die, these are people, these not just numbers. We're talking about real people that are dying and going to prison. So if two people if somebody go kill this person, one person lost his life, the other person going to jail, where they kids go? That's two kids that's in a black community. They're not killing like that in a white community. So now you got to look at it like, damn, where the little such and such go? Where the little such and such go? 9 times out of 10, this is where they go. They go back to the system and do the same thing. You want to know how I know? I see so many dudes that's in there with their fathers.
You know, based on how you explain it, if it goes like that, it's never going to end, Mel.
No, it can't end. That's why I'm saying, well, people like us have to step up in. We can't say that. We can't say that we want people to change. We have to want our community to change. So even if you say that, I'm gonna just say, even if you say, bruh, my whole goal would be I'm gonna just teach one kid woodwork, bro. If I could change, not just somebody that's already in a decent situation. Let me go get somebody that's 19 years old and let me build him up. And if I save this one, you saving that one person might change, because he might change generations. He might could teach his son. He might could teach a cousin in his family. He might could teach. So that's all we need. We need more people to just reach back into the community. Like, of course, you gonna have scenarios where it's gonna be people that still gonna do it. But just think about that one kid that you changed.
No.
Damn, I did that. You know what I'm saying?
So your message pretty much is like to get everybody that's in a position, whether they are, you know. And we're not talking about like who's like rich. You're talking about just people who are doing the normal thing, going to work, doing their jobs, living a good, decent life, not committing crime and not getting in trouble or doing, you know, crazy stuff. Just to show these kids like, hey, there's another way.
Show one, even if it's as small as you show. I'm just saying,
like, try to show at least one.
Exactly. If we do
and then that could change something.
It'll change a life.
So this is where I push back a little bit on that, because I agree. The only problem, though, is a lot of these kids don't care about what people like us say.
That's because we get them too young. I mean, we get them too old. If you go talk to a 15, 60-year-old, you met him too late because he already been corrupted.
But
he might want to.
That's the issue.
He might want to change, though. It's not all of them gonna do that. But I'm talking about. So we need to get this in. We need to get them at a point where their brain are still impressionable. Where somebody that can showing them how to build is interesting to them. Because if he it might be interesting to him when he's 10, 11. You know what I'm saying? But if we wait till he's 14, 15, he might I ain't trying to hear that. And that's on him. But at the end of the day, you got to catch him at them impressionable years. Where you can man, I can put this in him, because you might show him something like, man, that joint's actually fun.
Bro,
working with my
you got to understand
with my partner.
The way okay, if you want me to get 100% on board with what you're saying, which I'm listening, I'm hearing you. Because the thing with me, bro, is I'm very aware of things, and I'm like, okay, well, you know, the point that he's making ain't bad. Like, you're not saying nothing crazy. The only thing, though, is it's like, it's almost like saying it's like there's no accountability. That's the part that gets me, bro. Okay, like, you know how we talk about like a father not being in the house and all, you know what that, bro. I feel like, okay, some people don't understand how hard a dad actually is on a person, bro. Like, on a kid. Like, they think, oh, I ain't had a father, so I couldn't do this, that, and third. Okay. And sometimes you might think, man, Pete got this, like, black and white outlook on shit.
Yeah.
Bro, if you talk to my dad, bro, his outlook is going to be way more extreme. Like, because the way his father raised him or his parents raised him.
Yeah.
Like, so the system, a father is a judge, a executioner, and a jury, bro. He has all that power over his children.
For sure.
And they I used to look at my dad like he was almost God, bro. Like he was this big ass dude with his big ass hands.
Okay.
And I would never, when I'm talking about when I was like real young, real small, and I would never want to challenge or go or cross him in any way. Mm-hmm. The system, bro, there are judges, there are executioners, there are juries.
Yeah.
And a lot of people think, well, I had my father in my life, so that's why I'm like this. Or, bro, having a dad is a great thing. But I hope people understand that when your father is there, he ain't holding your hand and carrying you across the finish line. He roughing your ass up. He like, you know what I'm saying? He teaching you how to be strong. He teaching you how to be accountable. He teaching you to not be, or he's supposed to be.
So you're making the point. Like the point you're making is that's the point I'm making. So if you saying if you got that and you're saying he's making me accountable, he's doing this, he's doing that, that's good. So what if you don't have that then? That's the point I'm making.
I know,
Yeah.
and that's a great point.
Yeah, I know what a father
Yeah,
supposed to
yeah.
do.
The thing though is like you can't because every father ain't a father, even if he's there. You got some dads that are abusive. You got some dads that do worse being in the home than
Of
being out of the
course.
home, and you got people in those situations that still make it, and they find it within themselves. Of course, and I know. Everybody's different. Everybody ain't got that drive to actually go out here, and I get that. However, bro, we have to be able to have self-reflection, we shouldn't be self-destructive. It's like if a female or a woman, I know girls, women don't like when you say female for some reason, but if a woman is out here acting ratchet, being, promiscuous or just being loose, but she expects to get the best husband in the world. It's like, well, it don't work like that, bro. And I understand that it might not be common sense to everybody, which it kind of should be, but I'm realizing that common sense ain't common.
No, for sure.
It depends on where you grew up. Common sense in your area is different from common sense in a different area.
For sure.
You know what I mean? But bro, like it's hard for me to get on board 100% because yes, bro, I've taught the kids, I've seen kids that okay. What I've seen in my time is like where kids are being raised by mom, or the sons are just hella soft. Hella soft. They just in the tablet. They don't want to like. they don't want to go outside. They don't want to. You know what I mean? They don't want to really, I don't know, interact with anything masculine. They don't want to play sport. They don't want to do nothing masculine. They just want to be comfortable. You know what I'm saying? That's the side I've seen. Obviously, I've seen the crime and all that, but I've seen that too. And then a lot of times, the women who are raising these boys, they're like, after they get to like 11, 12, 13, and it's kind of cemented in them, that's when they want, hey, could you bring him out here and maybe have him like dig up a garden or something? And it's like, well, yeah, I can, but he ain't got no interest in doing this. He might be out there crying the whole time.
Yeah,
I've seen that with my own eyes.
Cause don't just go. It ain't. That's what I'm talking about. It's not to bring somebody out there to dig up a guy and off the gate. It's to build a relationship with somebody. So my first time meeting you, I might not say, bro, we're gonna come out here and build a guy, and I'm gonna get out, man. What's up? What you like to do? Let me find out what you like to do. I'm gonna interact. We gonna speak. We might go go to dinner or something. Let's sit down and talk. What you like to do, bro? Like, yeah, who your favorite such and such? Oh, you like to do this? You talk, you get to know the kid. Then you tell them, like, look, man, I got some stuff, you know what I'm saying, going on around here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be doing this woodwork, man. I would like for you to come out there and help me. You know what I'm saying? I even give you a couple dollars, man. It ain't gonna be too much, but just something to keep you motivated.
Yeah.
Now he like, damn, he really interested. It ain't that he just want me out there for the work. Some people that come out there and try to use a kid to get some free labor out. Like, I'm gonna show you this. So you gotta do everything with ill intention, bro. I mean, with pure intention. With pure intention, yeah, good intention. So it's like, of course you gonna have a kid that be like, he don't want to do this, but I know some kids that's gonna go to it. It's gonna always be like that. It's gonna always have people that don't want to. But if we're not searching for the ones that don't want to. We're searching for the ones that want to. You get what I'm saying?
Some of it's culture.
A
lot of it's culture. Like, would you believe me if I told you that when I was in Jamaica, bro, the kid that got all the girls in school was the kid who had the best grades. The one who was who carried himself real neat looking, you know what I'm saying? Was the smartest student in school, you know what I mean? Like, when I say like groomed. Like,
I know what you mean.
You know what I'm saying? Haircut and stuff like that, wearing a nice uniform. Like, he was the one, he was the one who all the girls would be trying to get with.
Sure.
When I came here, it was reverse.
Sure.
It was the dude that in high school or middle school, it was the dude that was like getting the worst grades. The one that was like, you know what I'm saying, like, I just dressed like real, you know what I mean? Wasn't carrying himself like he was really trying to do nothing with his life. Maybe the person that's good at basketball, but he ain't really, or football, but he don't really care about like getting good, you know what I'm saying? Like getting anything else out of his school life other than just playing ball. Or he just might be getting in fights, and the culture was so different with that. But there were still people back home. Obviously, Jamaica is a real violent country. Like, it has it's like, I mean, like, you can't hide that. But culturally, that was a shock for me when I came here and I saw that. Because if I was like, if I was a real smart kid and I was like, I never blended in, I'd probably be ostracized. I'd probably be made fun of.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Well, I mean, you know that. Like
That's
here,
crazy.
like you know, like if I let's say, how many kids you be like, yeah, that's a nerd, bro, or he a geek.
It's how you carry yourself though, because there's plenty of people that make good grades that's still popular.
Yeah,
that still get out of the girls. It's just on you.
Exactly.
You know
But what
what
if
I'm
their
saying?
parents couldn't afford to buy them the nice clothes, and most people's parents couldn't, but they did it anyway.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like the culture is like cemented around like this artificial like thing,
I mean, that's America for you.
but we take that shit so far.
Yeah, that's America for you. But if you look at something like, even if you remember when we went to school, bro, you'll see them white boys and stuff. They had the shoes that's super dirty. They still get girls. That's mainly on black. That's mainly on black.
But I'm only talking
You know
about
what I'm
us.
saying? Yeah, I know. That's why I say so. But that's something that's like,
It's cemented in our culture.
yeah, it's cemented.
But
for sure.
like, so how do you change that? Because that's not a good thing, Mel. That's
Nah.
a bad thing, bro. Because if I am a dude in school, if I'm a young man, I'm like, yo, man, these little girls looking good. Like we like 14, 15, and
Yeah.
they starting to, you know what I'm saying, develop. I'm like, man, I got a little hair growing under my armpits now. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I'm feeling myself. I might want to act a certain way just because I want to get with these girls, bro.
Act the fathers, man. When you got to act the father, he tell you like what's cool and what's not cool. You gonna think whatever your daddy.
I don't know if
and
I
you-
agree with that 100%.
I do, and you know what I'm saying.
Because I didn't always listen to my dad.
I do. You know what I'm saying? I agree with that. I feel like an active father. You know what I'm saying? And you can, once you can like, because an active father means like, I'm gonna keep my son like, I ain't gonna say you gotta wear Gucci and stuff, but I know what you need to put on in school. I know what you need to like. I'm not
Oh,
gonna
is
say
that what you mean?
Yeah, like when I say active, I mean act like I'm not about to spend
but-
you. I'm not about to spend. I don't have to go get you no $200 Jordans. But I can get you 3 pair of these Pumas. You know what I'm saying? That's a little
Yeah.
cheaper, like. But so you fresher.
But
Look,
what if
son,
he
I know
can't
how to
afford that?
I mean,
Yeah,
if you
but he's
can,
still an active
if you
father.
can, if you
what
can,
if he got 5 kids and he working
if
2
you
or
can,
3 jobs?
if you
to make
can,
ends
I
meet?
mean, if you can't afford that, then y'all in the struggle. You know what I'm saying? Then you just gonna have to deal with some of that. That's when you have to have the talks with your son. You got to sit down like a man, like look, son, you know it's a little hard for us. You got other siblings. If I could, I would get you 5 pairs of shoes, but you got 3, you got 4.
Or you might have 1.
Full-
You just
full-
wearing the 1 pair.
No, I'm saying you got 4, 5 siblings, so I
Yeah.
have to split this way. That's
Yeah,
why you
right.
can only get 1 shoe. So you
Right.
got to sit down there and break that, and then your kid might understand that. But what you can do, they give you worker permits out here. So when you 14, if you decide you want to get a job, and you know what I'm saying,
I mean,
I even go half on you with a pair of your shoes. You got to come up with these type. You got to have these type of conversations. You can't just sit there and let your kid be like, man, nah, you can't, cause you don't need no shoes. Like, nah, like if you want
But
to
some
get,
people will tell their parents. Some parents will tell their kids that.
I mean, I
100%.
bet they
I'm not
will.
buying you that.
I just
You're
don't.
Not, you're not getting that. You can't afford it.
I don't agree with it. You know what I'm
No,
saying?
I agree with that. 100%.
Yeah, I don't
because I
agree with
think
it. You know what I'm
I think for one, and that's a part of the problem.
Yeah, I don't
because
agree
you're
with
trying
it.
to keep up with the Joneses.
That ain't keeping up with the Joneses. If my son say he got one, for him to only have 1 pair of shoes, that's not keeping up with the Joneses, bro.
If you're in a family, bro,
Yeah.
and you got 5 kids,
Yeah.
and you can't afford to buy 2 shoes for each child, and your son is like feeling some kind of way because all the other kids got Nikes or whatever, Jordans or whatever. If you put yourself in a situation to make your son feel good in that situation, you keeping up with the Joneses 100%.
I mean, if you can't afford it, of course you are. But like
Yeah.
you made the decision to have 5 kids. That's the same thing when you just
Yeah.
say about the scenario when you bring a woman that do this and you have all these different dudes in the same scenario. Why you got 5? Why you
my
got
parents
5?
had 5
Why
kids.
you got 5 kids? A lot
My
of
parents
people-
had 5 kids.
A lot of people
My
do.
girl's parents had 7 kids.
A lot of people
and
did.
they grew up just like I'm talking. And
lot of
each
people
of
did.
them are doing well for themselves.
A lot of people.
All
did.
of my siblings are doing good.
Majority people-
We didn't have everything. growing up.
Majority people would do good because you ain't
But we
have,
ain't keep
you
up
know
with
what
the
I'm saying?
Joneses either.
That's because y'all couldn't. You was in a situation where
Exactly.
you were in a situation where you couldn't
But that's
do
the
it. You
point
know
I'm
what
trying to
saying?
make. We never let it get to us to the point where it was like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
It's normal, bro. If you somewhere where if you in the third, when you came to America, was you still in that situation when you came
Yeah,
when you
when
came
I
to
came
Windsor,
here.
you was still like
bro,
that?
do you know that I
don't remember. I
Do you
thought-
know that
I don't know.
You remember I always been working.
For sure.
Like you could talk to my dad, bro. Dad ain't buy me a pair of shoes
Yeah.
since I started working to this day.
For sure.
You know, if Dad buys me something, it's like a gift
For sure.
because we had that. I don't know, bro. I always wanted to be independent. Like I always wanted to, like, you know what I'm saying. And I knew my dad. Dad was working 2 jobs, bro. Like he won't date, bro. My dad and I, like my brother and I were talking about this the other day. Our relationship didn't start getting closer until
You got it wrong.
I got grown because he was never there. Like he was, and not like he didn't want to be. Dad's like, he okay. So technically, he's not a What is it? Gen X. His generation is before ours, but I think Dad more aligns with the generation before his in America, because he grew up in a country that was behind American culture.
So it's kind of like, I get
there you go. So my dad, his thing is go to work, pay the bills, y'all ate, I'm good. That's it. That's the parenting I need to do.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So a lot of the stuff that we had to do, we had to learn ourselves. And he'll tell you, Dad will come up here and tell you that right now. He'll be like, look, I made a lot of mistakes with my kids. You know what I'm saying? I did a lot of great things, but there's some things I wish I could have done different. He'll tell you that shit right now.
I mean, that's helpful though. So, but you're still but that's the point. You just made my point. So, like, he's saying that if it's some stuff I could have did, he probably would have did a little more on that end. You get what I'm saying?
Well, as far not buying stuff. That ain't what he's talking about. He's talking about spending time.
Whatever it is,
because he could never.
Whatever it is, whether it was spending time, whether it was buying, whatever it need for your child. If it is buying something to make him feel that, whatever it does, it's not one way. It ain't one size. Like, it's not because if I buy my son to make my son feel good that I should think like that's not important. Like, or because I'm working. Like, some people don't have their dad do shit for them. You get what I'm saying?
I agree.
So I ain't like my dad ain't did. My dad ain't did shit for me. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's like, if I seen my daddy working, I wouldn't be like, all right, that's cool. Because my mama had to get everything from me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I had to work. I worked. I did the same shit you did, bro. 14, right. 15, 16, 17, 18. Right. So it's like,
but a lot of people assume that because I had my father, that like it was all peachy.
That ain't peachy. That ain't peachy, but you still.
That's not how it is. Nah,
it ain't.
We poor. We grew up poor.
It ain't right. You're right. But you still had your dad. So it's like you still had you had a protector, you had a provider, you had all that shit. My mama was that.
Was all that for you?
Yeah, so that's a difference, bro. It makes you as a man, it make you react differently.
I'm not trying to debate whether or not like a father is important or not. That's not what we're.
That ain't what I want either. I'm just I was making a point. Okay. I was saying like goddamn what I was saying, because you pretty much was saying like y'all ain't need this shit. Like, a kid might need that shit to have confidence. He might need a kid this day might wanted that shit to feel a little more confident.
I feel like if you're in a situation where you feel like some Nike shoes.
You can't speak on it.
You need it to be confident.
You can't speak on it because somebody installed. It's not. It might not be good.
That's all I'm saying.
Helped you, but if somebody helped you install confidence in you for whatever reason, bro. Like, if you see, like, however, like that's the point where you circling right back to where I'm saying, like, why I say like that's why I feel like we should grab a kid and teach a kid, because like. You could be the same way you telling me this. Fuck telling me this. You could be telling this to a 10 or 11-year-old to be like, to be telling him like, bro, you don't need no shoes.
Okay. Now, but hopefully somebody shows this conversation to a kid. I'm saying this to you, but we're also talking to an audience.
Nah, for sure.
So hopefully somebody shows. Wait a minute. You heard what they just said? You don't need those 100. Bro, I know people, bro, that will go buy $150 shoes that are on a fixed income for their kids, just so their kids feel good. And then they go to their bedroom, sweating.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God, how am I gonna pay this bill? I just put this on a credit card. My credit card's maxed out. Mm-hmm. People live like that every single day.
Yeah.
Because they're trying to keep their kids.
I mean, that's our country though.
But that's not right.
That's what keep our country.
And I
cannot. I don't agree with it either.
I cannot with good faith agree with that, because you know what? My daughter, I don't buy my daughter $150 shoes. Whether the hell I could afford it or not, she ain't getting no shoes for $150. She's not. You know why? Because she ain't working. When she grows up and she wants to get a job and she can work to go get her shoes for $150, she can. Now, she has everything else she needs in life. Way too much. Way more than I had. Way more than any of us had, probably together. But I'm not going to put myself in a situation, go buy my daughter a $150 pair of shoes and then she gonna outgrow the shit in like a year. That's stupid. Like, I'm sorry. That's just how I think. And I think maybe that's how my dad thought. I'm not sure. But, you know.
Is this something that you spend money on that somebody might think is stupid?
Probably.
All right then. So everybody had it right. So it's like that's just
but
you. Like,
you're saying for my daughter?
For anything. For you, for your daughter.
Remember what we're talking
about.
For
you, for your daughter, whatever, however you spend your money. Is it something that you bought or that you probably like, man, I could have went without that shit. I ain't had to do that.
That shit happen every day.
All right then. So it's no one. It's like you can't say
America.
Exactly. So you can't say one thing is better than
you're forgetting the point. I'm not saying something is better than. I'm not saying something is better than anything else. All I'm saying is, like people put themselves in crazy situations, you know what I'm saying, because of the culture behind that shit. I ain't saying, look, I went out with my own money and bought myself an expensive ass chain or some shit.
Yeah.
And, you know, okay, I didn't need to buy that chain. That ain't what we're talking about. What we're talking about is these kids feeling like the only way they have confidence is if they're wearing Jordans.
If you go
That's
around,
not good.
if it might not be, but if
Yeah.
that's what, if everybody you go around got on, and I ain't gonna even say Jordan, like I say, I don't feel like you have to buy your kid Jordans. I keep saying that. You can go, I can get you some $80 shoe, and we can we can do it.
we
I
can
can get
do
you
it,
$100 shoe. We ain't gotta go pay $200,
Right.
$250. I don't agree with that.
Right.
But I'm not saying like that he gotta wear $40 shoes either. You get what I'm saying? So it's up to you. But if that's all you can afford, it's $40 shoes, then shake
that's
it.
what it is.
Then they be having
Yeah.
discounts and all type of shit you can do. You just gotta know how to work it, bro. Like I just seen some shit on the Nike jump. Why I done paid $40 for a pair of Nikes?
It's just
$50.
sad.
So it's all
sad that
it's all
like
it's
that
all
deep
on it's
of
all
a-
on the person.
You know what's
what I'm
crazy?
saying?
You know what's actually insane? A lot of rich people don't even do that. A lot of rich people do not buy their kids
Majority of them don't.
$150 shoes.
Majority of
a
them
lot
don't.
of rich people ain't buying their kids polo or what, True Religion jeans and shit.
Some
they
of
ain't
them do,
doing
though.
that. I never
Some
said
of
I never
them
said
do.
none of them.
A lot of them do.
I never said none of them.
A lot of them
I'm
do.
saying like
It's all on your mind frame, bro.
you
Because
got
if you
people
got
that can afford it that don't.
if
'cause
you
they
got the
think it's
money,
stupid.
I mean, they just might not be what they do. They might rather spend their money on
a
golfing,
vacation,
on some other
they
shit,
go to
on golf,
Disney World.
on whatever it is. But like, regardless, you spending your money. So some people might feel like, all right, the experience. Regardless, you still like at the end of the day, you still blowing money. Because if you look at it like from a saving money, I want to invest in something like Disney World is still a waste. In a sense.
No. Disney World is an experience as a family. That's not a waste. I don't. Agree
However
with
you
that.
look at it, bro,
Yeah,
it's still
like me
spending
buying
money.
you
You
Jordans
can create. You can
for you
create.
to go ruin them.
You can
that's
create.
not
He
an
might not
experience.
ruin them.
Yeah.
He creating them. Or so if you buy some shoes for basketball, he might play sports.
Yeah, that's different.
Regardless, bro.
That's
Like
different.
regardless, you can't say what's somebody like. If you got the money to do something, if you
But I
can
thought-
do it,
uh-huh.
if you can do it and you decide to do it, bro, like that's on you, bro. Like it don't mean like. I just don't feel like you shouldn't live above your means. So like if you know you only got $300,
But
why
that's
go
what
back?
I'm talking about.
I
though.
agree with you, yeah. But
That's all I'm saying. If you gotta do whatever the hell you want to
For
do,
sure.
what we're talking about are people who are disenfranchised, who can't afford to buy these things, but still do because, like you said,
Well, most people, when I seen poor people, bro, I ain't see poor. Like the people that I knew was po, like they won't ban that shit, bro. So I'm speaking. I don't know what like poor, like ain't got shit, nah, bro. Like I ain't
listen,
seen them do that shit, bro.
America,
You know what I'm saying?
America is in so much debt, like, and Americans are in so much debt. Did you hear
Our country live off debt.
statistically that in the last 4 years that a lot of Americans are buying food on credit cards, bro? Like food that they're
I ain't know
having
that.
to buy food on
I ain't
credit.
know that. That's crazy.
So like just because they're not on the streets begging, or they might not live in like a poor area, don't mean that they're not living off of a deficit, or they're not like living beyond their means, because most Americans live beyond their means. Like when I was
Some
younger,
people just pay on credit though. Some people believe that you spend your money on credit and goddamn you pay it off.
yeah, no, for sure.
So it just depends how you
I
like.
mean,
You can
I
look
do
at it
that
some way.
sometimes, yeah.
I know everybody. I do
Yeah.
it too. So I'm saying it just depends how you look at it. Like you could throw a number
I
out
ain't
there.
talking about people like that.
I'm just saying, but you could throw a number out there and be like, these people living off credit. It's people that live off credit. Like, all right.
Yeah, but that ain't what I'm saying. I'm saying disproportionately. Like so like you. It's like when I was younger. Remember I told that story when I was like I was living on a fixed income. If anything happened, it was just shaking the whole damn thing.
For sure.
I wasn't living off of credit then, but my money was so damn tight. I probably needed to be. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But people live. You got some people that are in. They make like $50,000 a year or less.
Yeah.
And they owe $50,000 in credit card debt or debt, revolving debt, which is horrible debt to have.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? Where you're getting like interest charges every so often, and the debt just keep growing and growing and growing.
For sure.
A lot of Americans are living like that, bro, and it's sad because a lot of it is like because of frivolous things. It ain't because we need food, or it ain't because like you need like warm clothes. It's because this is my opinion.
It's for numerous reasons. I'm about to say, because we can't say what it's for, why a motherfucker living like that. We don't know if he lost his job, he could have got into an injury. We don't know what the fuck caused that shit. I'm just saying we don't know.
You're saying for a fact. Sure. But I know for a fact that a lot of people live beyond their means. They buy shit they cannot afford.
People
100%.
do that for sure. Yeah, people do that for sure. But then you got people some people that's just robbing Peter to pay Paul.
Facts.
Some people like, so that's not living above your means. If you
Facts.
gotta,
you ain't got no choice.
Yeah, so
I
it's
mean,
like
you are living above your means, but you ain't got no choice but to live above your means.
exactly.
Yeah,
so it's not. It works both ways. Like now, if you out there, motherfucking, if you just frivolously spending money, like for no reason, like you know you ain't got shit, but you said I'm gonna go get this PlayStation 5.
I know.
You know you ain't got
I
shit, so you know I'm gonna
goddamn people throughout my life.
I'm gonna go
shit like that.
I'm gonna go do
their
this
credit
shit.
because of shit. Like, come on,
Yeah.
man. They fucked up their You know what it is? You went away when you were in your early 20s.
Yeah.
And you ain't get to see a lot of this shit happening in real
I
time.
see it. I'm still watching it.
You're watching it now.
Yeah,
when I was in my 20s, bro, 18, because you know when you're 18, you can get a credit card.
For sure.
Some people, they need to get their first credit card when they 30, my nigga. 18 ain't it. Like
some people don't really, but some people don't know how to work it anyway. You gotta know how to work credit. Like credit is there for you to really make money off your credit. Like your credit not there for you to goddamn or buy shit just because like I ain't got the money, but I'm about to swipe this card. Like that's not what credit for.
Credit is there because everything in America is so expensive.
Mm-hmm.
Most people work. You know what I'm saying? It takes time to build up the money to buy it, right? So
For
credit
sure.
is there. It's a medium.
For sure.
Okay, I can use this, and then later on I get this. I put this back in this pot. So it's like you're borrowing from yourself, so to speak.
Free game.
Right?
That's free game.
Right. That's what it is. But most people don't have that discipline. So what they use the credit to do is just run it up. Bro, I was in a club one time, and this person, I ain't gonna say, this person came, and the bartender and I were cool, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they ordered a drink. And the bartender was like, I couldn't hear him because it was a club. And the bartender, I saw like he was like, I can't use this card. So then, the person walked off. He came up to me.
Said he couldn't use the card?
He couldn't use the card.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the bartender couldn't use the card. Person walked up to me and was like, the bartender walked up to me and was like, you wouldn't believe this, Pete. I was like, what's up? He was like, they just tried to use one of those blood drive cards.
That's crazy.
Like the blood plasma cards to buy like alcohol, bro.
Yeah, that's wicked.
I was like, what the hell? So like,
what
they didn't sell your blood
I know what you're
plasma?
talking about. Yeah. So what they didn't add it because
they can't. It's not like a card you can use for that. It's like you can't use that card.
That's why I say like that shit when they got denied. Like,
so you telling me that you don't think people out here living beyond their means because
I know people
gotta sell plasma, bro,
I know
to go buy liquor.
I know people. Yeah, that's ridiculous.
That's
like,
ridiculous, bro.
But you got a lot of bombs, bro. Like that's bomb status. If you sitting there like, you might have went through a hardship, but there ain't no way you about to give your blood away to get no liquor. Like you should have been thinking, I'm about to go get this to get
food,
to do something, get some food, do something. There ain't no way I'm thinking to go get this to get no bottle. You feel me? So
yeah, man.
That's another whole. That's another way of thinking.
I think a lot of our issues, just to kind of reel it back, a lot of our issues have to do with culture, and I think like if we want to change, you're right. We have to start thinking about changing the culture, but you're right. Starting with one child each person, like hey, let me talk to you. Let me show you this. I agree with that 100%. Yeah, sometimes the kids might not be receptive. Like for instance, like your lady might not be super excited about you teaching a child who has a missing father, but the mother is like communicating with you.
For sure.
You see what I'm saying? So then you have those like barriers because your girl might be like, well, I don't like the way she looks at you. She the way she looks is like she trying to have you be her child's
for sure
father, and that stuff is kind of and so it's hard.
It is, and that shit causes a conflict. Who wants to cause a conflict at their house? But at the end of the day, like that's kind of like why a lot of shit don't get done for those reasons. You get what I'm saying? Like, you would have situations where like people were saying the same thing about Martin Luther King and Malcolm X because like the women were throwing themselves at them. You get what I'm saying? And it's like, but they felt like I love my family, I love it, but I got this message. I got this one thing that I'm gonna do. Yeah. I know I'm not going out. That's not my intention. So you gotta trust in me. If you with me, you should be able to understand that this is what I'm trying to do. You get what I'm saying? So like, of course I don't want to cause no confusion. So like, if she do something where she crossed the line to the point where it's, but like if she didn't do nothing, maybe she just got a little feel, she smile at you, something like, come on, son, like you know what I'm trying to do. I got a bigger cause. I'm just here. You know what I'm saying? To put this little boy under my wing. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just if like I say, if everybody save one, bro, you know what I'm saying? And it don't matter when you do it. I ain't saying motherfucker gotta wake up tomorrow and say this what I'm trying to do, bro. It could be when you 40. You be like, bro, yeah, I remember goddamn what Mel was saying. Like, man, matter of fact, I'm gonna show this. You know what I'm saying? It ain't gotta be.
So I think we could do both. I think, in my opinion, we could, stop the facing or putting ourselves in situations for the system. Or when I say do both, I mean send both messages, right?
For sure.
Like, let these people know if the system ain't for you, then stop going to the system. And also help a kid. So we can kind of have both of our arguments, because I think they're both good arguments. I don't think either one of them are bad. I can't say I disagree. I don't know if you disagree with what I'm saying, but I can't say I disagree with what you're saying. But I do know that if it was my father and if it was me putting myself in these situations, well, my dad would say to me, well, your dumb ass needs to stop putting yourself in these situations. And I know he would say that.
I agree with you.
So like us as a people, we have to understand, okay, we have, there's this thing against us if we are to believe that's true. If there's something that's disproportionately wrong in the system, well, I ain't trying to have nothing to do with this system. And honestly, bro, a lot of times, like even dating, if I hear a woman say certain things, if she like oh yeah, my ex-boyfriend this, I called the cop, I'm out. I don't want nothing to do with her.
Nah, for sure.
Like, if I see too much drama, arguing, if she got too much shit with her, I don't want nothing to do with it. Because I don't want that drama in my life. Because guess what? I am a black man, and I know what the hell that means.
Yeah, real
You know what I'm saying? And for one, I ain't small. So the thing is, people gonna be like, oh, I was scared. Like, he's 6'2", 200-something pound black man. I'm nervous. Like, I don't want to be put in those situations because I already know how the system is.
Nah,
so I think everybody needs to start understanding, but at the same time, we should help the kids who don't quite have that maturity, which is what you're saying. Have that maturity, right?
Yeah, I'm saying no, not even necessarily the maturity, but yeah, the maturity. I'm saying help the kids that don't have that outlet, bro.
Well, yeah, period.
Yeah, that don't have the outlet, like, cause it can be so he might be like just help the kids that need the help that wants the help. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That like, damn it. Help the kids that needs the help that want it, bro. Like if they don't want it, all right, I tried, bro. Like I'm not saying go out there and you gotta wrestle with a kid.
That's the hard part.
Yeah, but it's the ones that if it's a kid and you see him and he like, it's some kids, bro. He don't want to do that. He like, bro, I don't want to be out here, bro. Like I don't want to have to do this or do that or whatever that comes with, bro. I don't want to have to steal. I don't want to have to rob nobody. I wish I can just go and learn something, bro. I want to do something to keep me out the way, bro. Like, there's plenty of kids like that, bro, that just don't really have that outlet. You get what I'm saying? And that's what those programs like Big Brother and all that stuff was supposed to do. I don't know if they still active or what, you know what I'm saying? So I just challenge black men, strong black men, successful black men that's doing it. Like, if you got any type of gift, you know how to fix things, you know how to do that, grab you one of them youngins under you, bro, like, and put him up under you before he get in trouble, before you know what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, bro. That's like if we had more people that could do that, that's why I feel like we need in our community. You know
I think we could. I don't think it's an impossible thing. I know one thing that ain't gonna work. Just start just yelling about racism and saying, yo, this is wrong and da 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 da. It's good to do that, but you got to do both. You got to put the work in too. So and help fix ourselves.
I don't think nobody be really just yelling about it, bro. I think people that be yelling about it is like somebody that's just like seeking for attention.
But
bro.
That's what I'm saying.
Like I feel like somebody I'm talking about when we speak on this, I'm speaking on people that's actively like doing stuff. I know a lot of people that's doing what I'm saying now was giving back to the community, man. Shout out to Chris Moore, Bags for the Kids, man. Like I know people that's actively doing that shit, bro. Paul Taylor, all them dudes that's people that got stuff from the government and they did that stuff on their own. That's really actively out there making a difference. You feel?
I mean, that's real. I plan on doing this thing sometime over the summer, where we get some kids together. At like park, maybe like Newport News Park or something.
Sure.
And we build maybe the parents could bring like material, or I'll bring material too. Y'all can bring material, and we'll just we'll build some stuff. Chairs, tables, little stuff. Little, like, you know what I'm saying? Like little things that you could just put in your car. And I was thinking about doing like a little workshop, and I think that would be something cool to do.
Go fishing with them. Some of them never been fishing. Just some stuff like that.
I feel like that would be easy. Yeah, like a good start, you know.
For sure.
But no, you're right, fishing too. But you know, before we go too long, I wanted us to talk about like, you know, this whole. So Ben Shapiro, I don't know if you heard about if y'all heard about Ben Shapiro. He came up with this fucking grand idea of President Trump pardoning Derek Chauvin for killing you know, the cop who got arrested for the
Killing
murder
George
of
Floyd.
George Floyd, and he made a whole thing saying, you know, the autopsy, you know, of his death was like saying that he was pretty much like he suffocated from
fentanyl and
all the drugs he had in his system, and it wasn't actually Derek Chauvin's knee in his back or on his neck or whatever. I think, and I want to hear your opinion on this. I think that this would be the stupidest fucking thing that Trump would ever fucking do if he listens to this dude.
Oh nah, Trump already said he ain't doing that shit.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, Trump said he ain't doing that shit. Cause nah,
bruh.
Trump said he ain't doing that. But
I mean,
that would have
why
been.
the fuck would he? Why did he bring it up? Like, what the fuck are you trying to do? Like you
no,
remember what
Elon
happened?
brought it up.
No. Elon didn't bring it up. Ben Shapiro brought it up. Elon posted Ben Shapiro shit saying, and I don't understand why in the fuck he did that. Bro, honestly, shit like this pisses me off because I understand. My best friend was saying, yo, man, like, he's just doing that shit because, you know, it's controversial. It's for viewership. Sure. But my guy, do you not remember how much the country burned because that shit happened?
Yeah.
How many neighborhoods was on fire?
Yeah.
I mean, they were protesting down here in Hampton, bro. I remember that shit. Like,
protesting everywhere.
Breaking in stores, and all we did was fuck up our own neighborhoods. That's all we did, bro.
That's the part I hate about the protesters.
We
like,
fuck
it's like
up our own damn neighborhoods doing that shit.
Cause they ain't gonna allow you to go to the neighborhoods.
Of course not.
You know, so they gonna shut that shit down.
The
So
National
like,
Guard gonna come out there. You want to fuck up your own neighborhoods? Go for it. That's cool. You know what I'm saying? I just don't understand why the hell Ben Shapiro brought that up. To me, it's like, it's like, it's so tone deaf, bro.
It's poking your chest out. It's knowing that you ain't really gonna get no backlash for it. Like, it's like doing something that you know. If he felt like that would hurt him, he wouldn't have did it. He just
You don't think so?
Nah, he ain't gonna get no. He ain't gonna get no. Like, what's gonna happen? You gonna have some people that agree with him. You gonna have some people that don't agree with him. He ain't gonna get to the point where they gonna try to cancel him or anything like that. Like,
that's crazy.
So it just shows like this is the type of society, type of country we live in at times. You know what I'm saying? Where they can be like tone deaf to that stuff. You know what I'm saying? And it's just
I don't think it talks. I actually don't know if it like talks about the country. I think it just talks. It shows. It displays as the people. Freedom of speech is a thing, bro.
But the boldness to come out there and say that.
That's freedom of speech.
Yeah, but I'm talking about for you to like, it's certain stuff like we got freedom of speech, but it's still only like you still got to be a certain level of bold to say like certain things to be like I'm gonna come out like when Malcolm X was on his inside, because at one point in time he had a different view of like how he felt about white people. He was on his man nation. Only way you could do them is kill them. Like he was speaking like that because he had a view. Yeah, Malcolm X. But he switched his view once he went to he did his journey to Mecca. But he did his journey. And he seen white people and they treated him better than he was like, damn, I didn't know. And he came back and that's another story.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, man. So you gotta pretty. What was I saying again? Because I didn't went left field.
You were saying he pretty much like he's bold as hell, and it's like it's almost like he knows there ain't no consequences for what he's saying.
Yeah, he pretty much know it ain't gonna be too much of a consequence. So he pretty much
like he ain't gonna get his ass beat or something.
He pretty much said what he said, and he's standing on it. You get what I'm saying? And a lot of times, you got a lot of people that think like that, bro. Like,
well, yeah, I saw
a lot of people. That
I
think
was
like
watching some of those because you know I be watching this guy named sometimes I look into his stuff for video games and shit. It's called Asmon's Gold or something. Asmon's Gold. I think I sent you his reaction to it.
Yeah, you should.
And he was like, nah, that's a stupid fucking idea.
Yeah.
And Like people in his comments were like, "Yo, like."
Some people were agreeing with it was going
They
back.
were like, yeah, they should, like, he didn't do nothing wrong. Because see, the thing is, we know George Floyd was not a good person. Like he ain't the type. When I say a good person, I mean a model citizen.
For sure.
You know, the nigga was doing all kinds of crazy shit. However, I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy, for him to die like that, calling for his mama and shit, and you on his neck, just like his life don't even mean nothing to you, bro. That shit pissed me off.
He
When I
can't
saw
breathe.
it was I can't breathe. He's already like down. And then what fucked me up, bro, was the cops that was around him. That was just letting him do that shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
bro, I hate, like, hate's a strong word. Let me stop. I dislike strongly a person in a position who can make a change and decide not to because they don't want to get involved.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I think they're sometimes worse than the actual person that's doing it. Because what if I'm watching you do something and I know, Mel, you gonna fuck your life up.
Yeah, I don't want you around me.
Well, no, facts.
No, I'm saying like, yeah,
true.
I agree with you.
Okay.
I agree they just as guilty. The person that, I mean, is
Exactly.
sometimes worse. I agree with you.
One of my boys, bro, and this would be like, you know, and we'll end soon after this. But one of my boys, he his girl was like his ex-wife was his wife at the time. They were splitting, and the wife took the baby and was like, "I'm leaving," and I saw it. I saw the rage, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, I saw the fucking rage. He was about to tear her in two, dog.
Yeah.
Like, because, you start threatening a man kids, like, that's when certain things in him come out, right? You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
And I was actually, like, doing some work outside, and I saw what was happening. And I ran, bro. Like, I ran as fast as I could. And I did this move that I'd learned. Because I saw him running towards her, and she was, like, running, like scared.
Yeah.
And I locked my arms behind my hands behind his arms, and then I grabbed his neck.
Yeah.
I grabbed it and pushed him down, and and I pushed him on the ground, bro. And I was like, kind of wrapped my legs around him, and I was just on him, bro, like this. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, "Peter, get the fuck off me! Get the fuck off me!
Yeah.
She not about to take my." I was like, "Bro, y'all will calm down." And I ain't gonna lie to you, bro.
Yeah.
It was the hardest shit I ever did because that nigga strong as a bitch.
Feel like wrestling the ox, goddamn. Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying? That dude's strong as hell, man. And he got up, looked at me, and then he just went in the house and locked his door. You know what I'm saying? And, I know we ain't never really talked about it after that. But I know in his mind, he was like, "Man, thank you so much for doing that."
Yeah, he seen red. When you see red, bro, that shit,
I
shit
probably would have hurt that
sure.
woman, and I would have ended up in a way worse situation than you locking my ass on the grass.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I could have never watched him. Oh, I'm minding my business. I don't care. I could have never watched him do that, and I didn't dislike him for that. I didn't. Oh, no. He's a man. He's a human being. You know what I'm saying? He was in a situation, and I'm glad that I was there to help. You know what I'm saying? And she was wrong for snatching the baby and taking, they both had their wrongs in the situation,
Yeah.
I think people who just sit back and watch are the most disgusting people who could do something to help. You know what I'm saying? Because, Derek Chauvin, however the fuck he say his name, he shouldn't have been able to kill that guy.
No.
He shouldn't have been able to do it. Other cops should have stopped him. And I think Ben Shapiro, even though he's a really intelligent dude, man. Like, you can't take away his brain. Like, he's a smart. I wouldn't want to debate with him. He's a really intelligent, well-versed, well-read, well-written person. So for him to say this, I just couldn't understand that shit.
I mean, that shit ain't got nothing to do with it. You could be all that, but if you if you feel how you feel, that's how you feel.
It's just strange to me.
Yeah, that's just how you feel.
But how sometimes you kind of think certain people got a certain level of common sense, and then when they do some shit, you're like, what? They did what?
Nah, I don't. I feel like sometimes some people true colors just come out. So I feel like that's just, he felt like how he felt. Like, he educated enough. So by him saying that just show how he feel on the whole.
That's what
That ain't had
surprises
nothing
me.
to do with lack of. That ain't had nothing to do with education. That's the hate. That's the hate he had in him for whatever.
So you think there's
for that
hate?
situation?
You think there's hate in
for
him?
whatever situation? Hey, it had to be. If you sit there and you look at that, like you say, you can say whatever you want about George Floyd. For you to say that you think they should be let out and all that, bro, like pardoned and all that, bro, like he can't get pardoned.
Yeah.
He couldn't. He was
dead. Yeah, he
exactly.
gone.
He
Yeah.
can't. He don't have that chance. So why you feel like that? Even if you felt like that, I don't feel like you should have spoke on that. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like so. To me, I feel like that's for somebody to speak on that. That's like you really, really meant that, bro. Like,
No, I think he meant it.
I know. I know he meant it.
And that's why I'm like, am I gonna buy that whole idea that he did this for views? I just, yeah, it's controversial, but that's a hell of a take, dog. That's a hell of a side to be on.
I mean, he could have
for history.
Some people sell their soul now. He could have did it for views.
No, but he's already.
No, I mean he could have.
Big, bro.
It don't matter. He could have felt that way, but I'm saying like like he looking at it like he could have felt that way, but he probably would have kept that to himself.
To me,
but the fact that he can be like, I can see this interesting take and get views off it, he could have probably could have shot it out there.
You could be right. This I kind of see it like this too, though. He's a diehard Republican. Republicans have such a mandate right now.
Yeah.
And they got so much power and love from the citizens. You know what I'm saying? Because everything with their approvals they've been winning, bro.
Yeah.
All people agree with everything they've been doing. The firing, everything, bro. They're like, fuck it, we don't care. We love it. We love it. We love it. We love it. I think maybe dude was just like, shit, we got it. Fuck it. We do whatever the hell we want to do. Just release him. Fuck it. You know what I'm saying? Like, why not? Like, but like Asmon's I can't say that damn name. Asmon's Gold, I don't know, whatever the hell. Like he's that channel, that guy was like saying, you know, why would you open? It's like you're opening Pandora's box, bro. Because what would like people who protested for justice do when this dude gets pardoned and then the state's like, and he could only pardon him federally, but let's say somehow they finagle it and he gets out. You know what I mean, bro? I don't think it'll be a good thing because people are already upset. You know, just because like America kind of loves what they're doing, don't mean that. You know, America as a whole. When I say a whole, I mean more people like it than who hates it. But people who hate it, there's still a lot of people who fucking hate it. So they could make a damn difference, 100%. So yeah, I think we need to be careful. Please, Donald Trump, I know you never see this, but if you do one day, don't pardon Derek. How you say his name?
I don't know. Oh, Chauvin, yeah. He said he won't doing it though. I just seen that shit.
Please, dear God, don't do it. We don't need that shit, bro. We need to forget that shit happened. Just move past the last that was like 4 years ago, something like 5 years ago,
something like that. Yeah.
Move past that shit. It's over. Fuck, man. Damn, that shit. I was like, what the hell, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, but anyway.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's it for episode 1, season 2. Thank y'all for tuning in. Go ahead, Mel. You do the closing, man.
Make sure y'all like, share, subscribe, man. We need y'all to get in them comments, man. Tell us what y'all want to hear next. Tell us how we doing, man. Like, we appreciate y'all for tuning in. Till next time.